Hey, Sunny here. Thanks for watching. So I'm going to demo on the Katana amp that I bought. It's a 50 watt Katana Mark II. It's the newest release from the Boss Katana line. Um, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you what the amp can do if you turn it on right away. All the presets and kind of quick explanation to the amp itself. And I'm gonna go through every amp model and show you what it sounds like in details. I'm gonna try to play the same licks over and over so you can hear the different sound to it. I'm not trying to play a lot of stuff, so you can hear the different sound from those same licks that I play over and over. And I'm using my Washburn uh, guitar as a humbucker pickups, so you get a little darker and a little more power tone to it instead of the cleaner tone like the Strats. So let's get right to it, and I hope you enjoy it, and hopefully it'll give you all the flavors all the flavors that you can get out of the amp, and perhaps you can make a decision if you want the amp or not. Personally, I love this amp for $230. You can't beat it. It sounds great. It sounds like almost like a tube amp. It's very responsive to your hand. It sounds natural. It doesn't sound processed. That's what I like about this amp. So let's get right to it. Thanks for watching. See you soon. So before we go through in details, walking through the different sound of the amp and show you what it sounds like, and I want to give you a quick guide on getting the amp work for you right away once you turn the power on for the first time. So right now I have this amp. You can kind of view how I set it, but if I turn the amp on, it will be in the panel mode right away. You see panel light is on. Channel 1, channel 2 are not light up. So basically panel means you have settings manually. Adjust whatever you want on all these settings. You will have set to play this. Right now I have all three effects turned on. I got a boost, delay, and reverb, and each effect has three different lights. You have the green, yellow, and red. How do you change those lights? You press the little tiny light button right here. You'll change it. Red, yellow, green. So every time you press the button, the effect will change to different types of effect. So for example, like delay, green would maybe digital delay. Next one would be red would be analog delay, and yellow would be tape echo. So back to green. Same thing, reverb. Every time you press the reverb button light, you get three different types of reverb. And there's a tab button here if you want to change the timing of your delay by pressing this tab button. Just like you're tabbing your foot or you clicking it. You just hit that button with the whatever time you want to set your delay to. If you want to put an amp on standby mode, just move this little arrow right here to standby. You don't have to turn the power on. If you put it in a small bedroom, apartment, you probably 0.5 watt is all you need. That's what I have set on. That's what I use right now. 25 watt is half the power, and 50 watt is full power. And then you can adjust your volume according to how you want to. Okay. And it's important to know that you have the master volume. You have the volume for the amplifier. You can play with those two. Some people say that you can turn the volume on the amplifier all the way up, and you adjust the master volume to get the sound, to get the loudness you want. And some people say turn the master volume all the way up and use your amplifier volume to control your actual volume, your loudness of your sound. Personally, I use both setting to get the sound I want, but mainly I use master for my volume, and then I use my amplifier kind of adjust the different channels of different settings of level, if you will. But like I said, mainly I use my master as my main volume. And then there's a there's a five different amp setting. Acoustic is basically your pure acoustic setting. For acoustic guitar, and you have a clean, basically electric clean. Your crunch is a little bit of distortion, not too much. Lee, basically is more distortion than crunch, but less than brown. Brown is like a Van Halen type of distortion. And then for every single amp type, there's a variation button right here. And then every time you press the button, it gives you like a little boost. The red light basically it's like a brown on steroid. If you play the Lee, you hit the red button, hit this button right here, it will give you a boost on the Lee channel, on the Lee amplifier sound. So it gives you like a Lee on steroid, basically like a boost on overdrive. And gain is self-explanatory. One thing I want to tell you is that you can notice that on the effect you have two different knobs. You got the outside knob and the inside knob. And the outside knob is for this effect on the left. The inside knob is for the effect on the right. So right off the bat, you have 5 different effects you can use. You got the boost, you got the mod, you got the FX, you got delay and reverb. And last but not least, you have, if you include the panel setting manual, you have 5 presets right away. So if right now I'm set at panel, basically the panel control. I have all this volume set up, all this control set up to panel. It's all volume manual. So you can tell, you can hear it. You can see my red light is on, so it's like boost on the brown channel. If I turn this off, you can hear the difference. It's brighter, it's more drive, it's a more drive to it. So now you can right away, once the factory setting on preset channel 1, you hit the channel 1 button. You can see the yellow light is on for delay and reverb. Then you know those 2 effects are on right now for this preset channel 1. You hit channel 2, it gives you another preset. Now, if you just press those buttons like that, you are using Bank A effects. Okay, there's an entire set of effects you can access on Bank B, but you cannot get to Bank B effects unless you hold and press the panel button to get to the second preset for those 2 channels. So if I'm in channel 1, back to channel 1 right now. If I hit the panel button, hold it 1 second, you see my light just changed, because now we are on Bank B effects and we are on the 3rd preset. I'm sorry, 2nd preset for channel 1. Okay, when I hold the panel button down, you can see it flashing now. So we are 2nd preset of channel 1 is using the delay, the 3rd delay type. I think that's tape echo, and the 1st boost effect. So you can tell the difference. Now if I press channel 2, that's bank B. This is the second preset of channel 2. You can see you can hear the delay right here. Give a little more volume. Again, now this is second preset of channel 2. If I hold a panel button, hold it for a second, it's going to go back to the first preset of channel 2. So right off the bat, factory setting, you basically have 5 settings that you can access right away. Manually adjust for your panel setting. And then you get your first preset of channel 1, first preset of channel 2. And then if you hold the panel button, you go to second preset of channel 1 and second preset of channel 2. So that's 5 presets altogether. Now when you hold the panel button, go to your second preset, you will have access to the entire different effects in bank B. You cannot mix bank B effects in bank 1. You're either in bank A or you are in bank B out of the amp. The only way you can mix those two together, you have to use software, the Boss Tone Studio on your computer or MacBook in order to mix those effects together into different patches for your amp to use. But again, you cannot mix bank B and bank A effects together. If you want to access bank B effect, you have to hold the panel button down to get the preset, second preset of channel 1, channel B, channel 2, and then you have the second set of effects from bank B. So that's the quick guide on using the amp right away. If you back to the panel button right here, all right, so now we kind of walk through quickly of how to get the amp working the way you want to. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna demo to you how the different sound is from the amp. Right now I have all my settings in a 12 o'clock position, and I'm gonna adjust it to make to get the sound the way to make it sound differently. The first thing I'm gonna use the acoustic setting. And let's see what it sounds like. Okay, like I said, you can use the volume, the 2 different volumes to make the sound you want. One more bass. Down and get a little more mid, a little more treble. Now you can put a little more, you can add reverb to your acoustic sound. I'm just turning it all the way up on the reverb so you can hear what sound. Halfway. If you want to use effect, because we're in clean channel, we don't want to use boost, we don't want to use modulation. Probably use delay, so let's mess with the delay. If you want to use the delay setting, this inside knob is for delay, the outside knob is for FX. Okay, so you can see the tab light start turn on once I start moving this inside knob. Now you can hear the delay. that's delay. Like I say, you can turn it back down, and you'll see the lights off once I turn it all the way down, the inside and out. I'm going to leave my reverb button on right now. Let's go to clean channel. So the acoustic channel is actually for like a pure acoustic guitar. You can plug your electric acoustic guitar into your amp and use the acoustic setting, and that'll be fine. There's a separate PM for that. The clean channel, you will use that for electric guitar. If you want to get a clean sound electric guitar. So right now I still have reverb on, my bass and my mid and my treble. You can hear it's a little too dirty, right? You can turn the gain down a little bit, see if it's sounding better. The gain is gone. I like it a little louder, so I'm going to turn the volume on the amplifier on louder. So I think I like it to have a little more mid, more treble. I'm thinking that I can use some chorus effect on this. Use the modulation, which is this button, this right here. So if I turn this inside knob higher, you see the turn to green. Now the green for this modulation, the first effect is chorus. You can hear it. A little more bass. Back up on treble. I'll get a little more delay too. I can turn the delay on just like that. Now, if you press this button right here for the modulation, this is the first type of effect for modulation, which is chorus. If I hit that button again, it'll turn red, and it'll be a phaser 90E. If I hit it again, it'll turn to yellow, and that'll be a flanger. That sounds pretty cool like that. I would not use boost channel because that's like all the overdrive. We don't want to use that. FX is your tremolo, wow, octave. We don't want to use that for clean channel. So reverb, delay, modulation is what I would use for the clean channel. Oh, again, you can see that I press this variation button to turn it off. You can see a little boost, a little brighter sound every time I press it. So basically you have two different clean amplifier. You have the regular clean, you give a little boost. Back to chorus on green right here. I like that better. So that's clean. Alright, so our next setting is going to be Lee. It's a little more distortion, a little more overdrive than crunch. Crunch is more like a blues channel. I would use that for a lot of blues stuff. Now we're in the Lee channel. Basically, it's a classic rock sound. So I turn all the effects off, so that's what it sounds like. if I turn the variation on, give it a little boost. Let's get a little reverb. It sounds better that way. Give it a lot of reverb so you can hear the difference. That's too much. Variation. Let's get a little delay to it too. So turn the delay on. This is tape echo, so I want to use digital delay. Not too much, just a little bit. Too much. Turn down. So yeah, so that's Lee, and I'm gonna leave my reverb delay where it is because I like the way it sounds right now. The other stuff you really don't need. You can use boost if you want, but I think that's too much distortion for my taste. I'll leave those alone. The modulation, you know, you have your chorus. Let's try that real quick though. Let's turn it. Give a little chorus to it. Turn the chorus all the way up. Too much. Halfway up, maybe. If I hit the button again, it'll be flanger. I'm sorry, that's phaser. That's phaser. The next one is actually flanger. So that's pretty cool, right? Yeah. So now let's turn this off. Let's do FX. Let's give a little. Why's it doing that? Well, some modulation is on. That's why. That's okay. Now FX. The first one is tremolo. Hit it again. Actually, I'm sorry. That was. What is that? Modulation. I'm sorry, so that was chorus, phaser, flanger. We don't want that. Let's turn that off. FX is what we want. Tremolo. Actually, you know what? Give it a little chorus, not too much. On FX, first one was tremolo. Second one, hit it again. It'll be wow. Octave. So that's Lee. Again, like you turn variation, a little boost. We're going to try the crunch amp sound. Let's turn the gain all the way down, see what it sounds like without the gain. I have the equalizer set as before on my clean channel. I'll just leave it alone for now. completely dry because I don't have any effects on right now. If I want to turn the gain on, let's give it a halfway through up. That sounds pretty good. I like it. A little fat mid sound to it. I'll give a little reverb. Now I want to use the boost. Let's give a little overdrive. If you turn on the boost, the first thing is blues drive on the green light. Let's turn this on right now. First one is green light, is blues overdrive. If you hit the button again on this, it'll turn to red, and we have overdrive. Hit it again, it will be distortion. I just changed my pickup on my guitar. So let's start again so you hear the difference. Blues drive, overdrive, distortion. Now if you want to use more, let's go back to the blues drive. And let's use effects. Effect, the first one is tremolo. Green is tremolo. I'm going to turn it on. So, and hit it again, it'll be wow. Let's do tremolo first. The more you turn on, turn the level up a bit. Hit it again, be wow. Hit it again, be octave. So that's that. Let's turn that off. If you go to delay, first delay is digital delay. Let's turn it all the way up so you can hear the difference. Hit it again, the second one would be analog delay. Oh, sorry. Red is analog delay. Hit it again, it'll be tape echo. You can hear the difference in those three. Let's try it again one more time. Green, digital. Analog. Tape echo. Okay, alright, so that's delay. Let's turn that down. And your reverb. No reverb. Let's turn it, actually, green, the first reverb is plate reverb. Spring reverb is red. And the hall reverb is the third one on yellow. I like the green better. So again, if you're on crunch channel, hit the variation, give you a little boost. You hear the difference. crunch. Alright, so now we have heard all the ones before. Now we get to the brown sound, which is the fun one, which is my favorite, because if you like rock, you like hard rock and metal, that's probably the setting you want to be in. So let's have it dry with no effects. This is what it sounds like. We've gained about halfway up. No variation button on. Now a little variation, you can hear the difference. Brighter sound. If I turn up gain all the way up, see what hear what it sounds like. So too much drive. So about halfway, like that. A little more than halfway sounds good to me. Now, if you really want to do a lot of mellow, you probably want to turn the mid down and give you a little more crunch sound, metal tone to it, a little more gain. So yeah, you can hear that, but I don't usually use that much gain. So back it off on the gain. I like my mid tone like that. A little more. Back off on the bass a little bit. Get a little some reverb. Halfway up. Let's give it a little delay. That's good, right there. Yeah, so that's what I would use for myself. Again, you can add all this different effects if you want, but you already you kind of hear what the effects do anyway. So that's pretty much the demo I want to show you, the different sounds you can get out of the Katana. There are a lot more stuff to it if you use the Boss Studio, the Boss Tone Studio. You will get a lot more sound to it. So hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching.